5 is alive.
Going live, Bluetooth 5. Bluetooth 5 is alive.
Friends with Johnny 5.
Johnny
The Wolfman Low.
Say
Your mother was a
Bluetooth in a
lawnmower.
different way. Anyway, hey there, folks. We're live now. Just hanging
Hi,
out.
Nick.
Hi, Greg.
Lizard. Didn't he call somebody lizard lips in the second movie?
Lizard lips. Your mama was a snowblower. I think it was in the Hey Lizard Lips. Your
Yeah,
mama was a snowblower. That's in the
that
first
wasn't
one.
it wasn't the same thing. That's funny.
They probably
Second
repeated
movie.
in the second one.
Second movie sucked ass.
The second movie had
I haven't seen it in years, but I remember
it had good parts, but I wouldn't say it sucked ass. It wasn't nearly as good as the first one, but yeah, it didn't suck ass.
I still had racist Fisher Stevens.
Yeah, it sucked ass.
What
Still
movie?
was
What
pretty-
movie
had
are
a-
you talking about?
Short
Short
Circuit
Circuit.
2.
No, I don't think I've seen Short Circuit 1.
No.
Really?
I mean, he
I don't think
doesn't
I have.
he doesn't listen to music either, you know.
Well, I have a Greg specific list. I gotta add that movie.
Oh, you
to it.
like Short Circuit? Name 5 of their songs.
You know, I think Greg's on several people's lists, so
Wow, different kinds of lists.
Most wanted. Sex offenders.
I wasn't going to be specific, but if you want to drag it out,
No,
right,
that's
so,
not true. That's not true. I do not have to introduce myself to all my neighbors.
and they're happy about that.
He did 6 months in Chino for exposing himself to an 8-year-old.
God.
Wow.
Had to go around town telling everyone he was a pederast. What's a
8-year-old
pederast,
dude?
What's a pederast, Donnie? What's a
Let-
pederast,
listen,
Walter?
listen.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
That's another movie we need to watch.
You're out of
All
your
right.
element.
You're like a
Everything
child who
has to
walks
do
into
with
a middle of a
Vietnam.
movie and asks what's going on. Shut the fuck up, Donnie.
My buddies
All right.
didn't die face down in the mud.
Good night, sweet prince.
What the
All right.
fuck does anything have to do with fucking Vietnam, man?
Good stuff.
Oh, Walsh, you're not wrong. You're just an asshole.
Okay, then.
All right, so beer call. What's everybody drinking?
Oh, I gotta dig this out now.
I'll start with. I'm gracing my Moosehead small batch glass with another Moosehead product, or an Olin family product, Olin Export. Oh,
Moosehead Crack Canoe.
Ooh,
I thought I'd start with the Lee Russell Classic,
Fuck you.
the finest Pilsner in the Maritimes.
Eat shit.
I'm pretty sure that if you mixed Steam Whistle and Crack Canoe together, you would get Olin Export.
There you go.
That's not a compliment, Greg.
You get some kind of weird steam. You get some kind of weird steam powered canoe
Steam Canoe.
with a kraken.
I've never had an Oland Export, so I don't know. I don't know what that is.
Could send you one. It's okay. I don't mind it.
One day, Nick, we'll swap some beers.
It's a perfectly serviceable beer. It's actually got a bit more flavor than I was expecting for a
It's technically
macro lager, you know?
Well, no, it's technically an ale, right?
Well, ale, yeah.
They say it's an ale anyway.
Yeah, like you could stack this up pretty well with like Moosehead Pale Ale.
Mm-hmm. Then you get Schooner. That's the other maritime classic.
That's a classic, yeah. Nice, clean drinking lager. Nothing fancy, but I mean, it doesn't have to be.
No.
You want something like hot on a hot summer day when you're schooning your schooner, I guess, or whatever you want to call it.
You're schooning in your schooner? What?
They're schooning in your schooner. If you're catching fish and bringing her back to Lunenburg on your schooner.
Yeah, I don't know. Schooner can be used as a verb.
I was thinking
You're
schooner
schooning.
as in like those big mugs of beer they call schooners.
Okay. I always assumed schooners were more of a slightly curved tumbler, like not quite a tulip glass, but
No, like when I was at Boston Pizza, it's those massive, giant mugs of beer, but they called that a schooner.
really.
Yeah,
Really?
I thought it was.
I'm far too excited to hopefully have a new car tomorrow.
That's an exciting time to get a new car.
Yeah.
What do you get? Like 10 new cars in your life, and then you die? It's like at most.
Well, this will be the newest.
So that's a schooner.
Well, it's a new car. New car to you.
No. Check out. Yeah, schooner glass. There you go. That's the original schooner. That's the one I was referring to, where it's like slightly a tulip glass, but not quite.
Large capacity beer glass in Canada.
Yeah.
There you go.
United States schooner refers to shape of the glass rounded with short stem rather than a capacity. I think Boston Pizza. I think Boston Pizza lied to you, Kerry.
It's what they call it.
They're
There's a
fucking
Wikipedia
idiots.
article here on the.
I'm not gonna argue that at all. Like they're not a good restaurant.
Boston Pizza. Eh? Fuck
There's
that.
My mom and
there's a
stepdad and sister and niece went there last night. And
There's a Wikipedia article here on Schooner and Lager.
Yeah.
And it
Sure,
mentions
why
the
not?
Olin family, not to be confused with the St. John, New Brunswick relatives who still own and operate Moosehead. Used the Blue Nose 2 as a private yacht and as a promotion for the beer brand. So they literally built a replica of the Blue Nose to advertise this beer.
To appetize this beer.
Advertise. Sorry.
Gotta keep
And
it
then-
appetizing.
And
you
the,
want
and
to
the
quaff a schooner beer?
and the Blue Nose 2 has been a tax fucking burden ever since. Yeah, it's great.
Oh, jeez. Is there nothing you won't hate?
But yes, the
No.
Olin,
Very few things.
the Halifax Olin family that built that, yes, is the same Olins that made this beer. Then sold out to Labatt in 1973.
That'd be really weird if
71.
that'd be really weird if there's like two competing Olin's families that had nothing to do with each other in Nova Scotia. I'd be like, what are the odds?
Two competing Olin families. One was in New Brunswick and one was in Nova Scotia. It's because they were the same family. They were making under the same umbrella, and then they broke up in like the 30s or some shit.
Yeah, no, I know. That's what I'm saying, Nick.
Like were they like the Hatfields and the McCoys?
I'm saying two separate families that had nothing to do with each other. Were never the same fucking Olin's family.
Oh, well, okay.
I was saying that would be weird.
Did you guys watch that miniseries, the Hatfields and the McCoys? It was really good.
Nah, I hate hillbillies.
I watched that weird
It did have a-
Romero movie.
Which I probably have no idea what you're talking about. What movie?
His last Living Dead movie, I think, was the Hatfields. And
I say-
McCoys.
Pretty much. Yeah.
It was a bad movie. I don't recommend watching it, but
Yeah.
that's the
Survival
last
of
zombie.
Survival of the Dead.
Yeah,
Oh,
it was
yeah?
not. I don't recommend watching anything past Day of the Dead. I mean, maybe Land of the Dead's all right.
Yeah, it's fun.
in some ways, but
I didn't like it wasn't. It was weird and odd and not great.
unfortunately, Day of the Dead started the whole smart zombie thing, and rather than just pretend it didn't exist, he doubled down on it in the next movie, and it was like,
I don't know if I saw it.
No.
I think I've only seen Dawn. I don't think I've even seen Day of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead was great. That was a really good movie.
You talking the original?
I don't know. I haven't seen the original.
The one from 1978?
No, it would have been.
So you're talking the Zach.
the one where
whatever.
they're in the mall and the zombie baby and
Yeah, that's the
they're,
remake.
they're
that's Zach
communicating with Buddy across the way, and then he's dead, and it becomes
Yeah,
that
no, that's a fine movie.
that
I like it.
was kind of that was like a little tiny hint of zombie smartness, remembering or something going on there, where he was still like writing the signs. You know what I mean? So it was kind of there. in that movie.
It's actually was actually a very solid movie, but very different from the original. Like, other than it's somewhat zombies and kind of takes place in a mall, there's really no real similarities.
That's fair
Yeah.
enough.
Plus,
I
it had,
mean,
they-
the original probably.
had the fast zombies in it.
Yeah,
Is
they
it-
go-
and you guys, would you recommend it? I'm assuming you'd probably recommend the original lead, right?
Yeah, it's only one of the best horror movies ever made. Yeah.
There you go. Fair enough. So no, then so
again-
you hate it then, right? So you hate it? You don't like horror, right? You hate horror movies.
I hate a lot of horror movies. There's definitely a lot of horror movies I don't like.
But again, I mean, you also have to sort of have an interest in older kind of movies, because I mean, I could certainly see somebody nowadays seeing the original Dawn of the Dead and hating it, because it it is a very deliberately paced movie. It's slow in some parts. I mean, special effects, some of them hold up, some of them don't. Like,
Mhm.
you know, it is a classic, but I mean, yeah, you also have to, know what you're getting into.
My uncle had Dawn of the Bread
Mhm.
on
That's
VHS.
yeah.
That just like
No,
the final,
you mean
the final
Night,
scene.
you mean Night of the Living Bread?
I do. Sorry,
Yeah.
but is there? Does Dawn of the Bread exist?
I don't think so.
It should.
Yeah, Night of the Living Bread was pretty. Just the last scene where the guy's just like splayed out in the lawn with just slices of bread covering his body. That was, I don't know. That's something that always stuck with me.
Yeah, but yeah, I back when I worked at a gas station years and years ago, one of my coworkers, she's I guess 10 years younger than me, something like that. And
Was she hot?
oh yeah, she was hot little redhead.
Hell yeah.
Ooh,
But
fetish.
but she was like, me and my boyfriend like want to watch some horror movies. Do you have any like good zombie movies that you could recommend? I was like, oh, you can borrow my copy of Dawn of the Dead if you like. And they totally could not connect to it. They were just watching. It's like it was so slow and it's like so boring. I was like, oh, okay.
Well,
Well,
like the original
Alright.
one, I'm assuming. Yeah.
His redhead boner died that day.
oh no, I still had a boner for her, but that's a whole different story.
It was a boner, but it leaned away from her. It's still a boner, but it was like,
leaned away.
I don't know.
No, it was just mental notes. Probably not gonna have movies in common, so don't bother talking to her about movies.
Why is the clock behind you not even close, Craig?
I think it needs the battery changed.
Okay.
I don't think.
I was like, there's no way even like the minute hand doesn't even line up properly with like where the hour hand should be right now.
You got to make sure that everything.
The
in
hour
your
hand should be
frame-
like a little bit before the 6 if it.
Greg, you got to make sure that everything in your frame is perfect. Otherwise, Carrie will pick it up.
No,
Like,
not even. I'm just looking at that clock is something's
my
wrong. I don't know.
My camera is watching us and judging you.
Yeah.
Hey, man,
Speaking of camera,
I want to
watching
get
us
some
and-
of those actually.
Speaking of people judging us, if anybody's out in the comments is watching, let us know what you're drinking. We do respond to comments here. It's part of the fun.
Yes.
We're not doing BA101 tonight, but we will read comments like we always do.
What brand
Let-
of cameras did you get, Greg? Can you like pull it up on your phone and shit?
My wife has. I don't actually have it on my phone, but it's like the most popular brand on Amazon, I think. Just trying to
Okay.
see what it is.
Amazon
Okay.
Basics.
It's
Oh, hold on.
Bezos special.
It's,
Jeff Bezos himself has a direct link to it.
WYZE.
It's the camera that
Okay.
Jeff Bezos uses in the women's change room.
It was actually funny. Last time I was doing deliveries before my car decided to kill itself. Went to a guy's
Dan's in
house
the-
and
Dan's
rang
in
the
the chat
doorbell.
saying-
Had one of those ring doorbells. Rang the doorbell. Nothing. Ring the doorbell again. He answers. Oh, hey, I'm driving. I'll be there in like 5 minutes. Because he can like pull it up on his phone. It lets him know on his phone if he's not home and someone rings the doorbell. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, Dan, you're pussy. Why aren't you drinking?
Yeah, Dan.
You some kind of wimp.
Didn't you
Oh, yes,
answer?
drives
Didn't you
away.
answer your own question before you asked your question?
Yeah,
You're a pussy. Like, why didn't you? That's why.
Wow.
exactly. I was being rhetorical.
Wow. Being mean to Dan. That's
Dan,
acceptable.
Dan, you fucking wuss. Get drunk, motherfucker.
Oh no! But when he's listening, right? When he posted the picture of the, I didn't have the chat like open, but I just had the little pop up things come up, and like I found where couches go to die. But you found your own living room? What? And then I posted the picture. You couch murderer! Those Swedish people worked hard to build the pieces that you had to assemble for that couch.
Just drove my wife back from her apartment. She has a separate apartment.
I'm pretty sure it means
Wait, I'm
appointment,
assuming
but
it's
yeah,
appointment.
but I'm going apartment too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Appointment?
APT. Okay, yeah, that's fine.
That's why he's got more than one IKEA couch.
Oh,
Shouldn't this, isn't appointment abbreviated to APMT?
or APPT,
Generally?
or I don't know.
APT is apartment in my mind, straight up.
Yeah,
Okay, that could work too. Okay.
See,
there we
you
go.
gotta make sure it's perfect, otherwise Gary picks up on it.
See, here's the thing, Dan. It would have been a lot
Nick,
funner.
just get your picture in focus next time. Jesus Christ.
Dan, it would have been a lot more fun if you had been super drunk when you were driving your wife back from her apartment.
I mean, hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
So that's official canon now that his wife has a separate apartment.
Okay.
I mean, it doesn't surprise me.
We're not
We'll
deviating.
have to make
from
a
that.
card.
Somebody tell Radar it'll be in the Beer Nomicron. I'll get it here.
There we go. Well, I mean, Dan probably just doesn't want his wife waxing men's buttholes in the house, so she has a separate apartment for that.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Oh, that side job.
Did you guys see that fucking video of that dude who used Nair and on YouTube on his asshole, and it's like it passed through YouTube because he's reviewing a product?
Yeah, you posted that. You posted that video. I just watched briefly. I didn't really feel like watching the whole thing.
Oh yeah, I did post that, didn't I? Yeah.
I got a good view of his asshole, but then I posted a bunch of videos. You can like literally type in how to shave your pussy, and there's like a bunch of women shaving or waxing themselves. So it's like that shit gets through all the time.
If it's educational. Yeah, apparently it's allowed. YouTube is an interesting place.
Yeah, his asshole winks at you like several times.
Yeah,
well,
my favorite.
Apparently, that guy actually gained so many views from that one video that his other videos, like that one video of him doing that to his ass, like a couple different YouTubers I watched covered it, kind of like talking about it, and like that it blew up, and. He's probably making some decent bank right now.
His asshole really expanded after that.
Nick, hurry up and show your asshole on camera.
I'm not showing my asshole on camera. I was just gonna say my favorite educational videos on YouTube like that are nude yoga, like hot chicks doing nude yoga.
There you go.
Have you ever? So how good are you at nude yoga now?
Not at all.
You telling me you didn't learn anything from it?
No, but I watched them all.
Jesus,
every single one.
And
Nick,
probably
they keep him taken down though.
Didn't even exercise his arm once, probably because he's a fucking weirdo.
Oh, that got lots of exercise doing that. Right.
Oh, there we go.
Exercise. Okay, he's got arthritis now in his one wrist.
Close tendonitis.
Carpal tunnel.
How come one of Nick's arms is? How come Nick is so ripped, but only on one of his arms?
It's like, why is your arm over here? Like, oh, that's
my elephant. You got elephantitis in your one forearm. What's going on?
Yeah, his one forearm's like fucking Hellboys, you know. Like,
there you go. We're like Popeye.
He's like, yeah, there's my left arm, and this is my right arm.
There was an episode of The Simpsons back in the day when The Simpsons was still good, where Homer found a dumbbell or something and just like worked out his one arm. And got like one huge arm and one regular arm.
Oh yeah. Obligatory.
Oh, we got some Justin.
Yeah, we got some Justin in the chat there.
Join us, Justin.
I'll sit him late. Just an obligatory throwback to that Family Guy clip where Quagmire discovers internet porn. Okay.
Oh yeah.
Remember the episode of the Family Guy where Quagmire straight up was like ninja in the ceiling above the bathroom stall when Lois was like trying to take a pee or something like that, and like when he finally actually like got fully called out and caught for being a perv and stuff. And I'm pretty sure by the end of the episode it was all fine.
Sure.
That shows.
You guys remember the show Elf?
Oh yeah.
Elf or Elf?
Yeah.
Do you guys like realize
like
what a pervert he actually was in that show?
I don't think I ever watched the show.
I recall him always wanting to kill the cat. Yeah,
he's always
a lot of pussy.
Well, yeah, he's always wanting to eat the cat, but he's always trying to catch like the wife in like the shower or naked. He's always like hiding under their bed at night.
Oh yes, I remember this.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, why not? He's an alien. That's what they do. It's part of his.
What was her name? Kate. She wasn't bad to look at.
Yeah, I don't know.
Hey.
I know the husband's name was Willie.
He died
Willie!
somewhat recently, didn't he?
Did he? I thought it.
Max
Did he
Max Wright died. Yeah, he died a few years ago.
die? Oh, did he? Yeah, he had a really bad.
2017.
Yeah, he had a really
He
bad
hate-
drug
he-
problem.
A what?
He
A what?
hated the fucking
Drug
show,
problem.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really?
Apparently, he was an asshole. So
Is that why his face? Like he had a very droopy kind of face to him.
he
if I remember
died
correctly.
in 2019. So,
Yeah. So
but yeah, I remember reading about.
That's the year of my
he
potentially new
fucking-
car.
He
Whee!
fucking hated Alf, like doing Alf.
And then there's that.
shouldn't
that
have done the puppet then. You should have kept his penis out of there. What the hell?
Then there's that made-for-TV movie, what Endless Midnight or whatever the fuck it is, which was like loosely based on the guy who made Elf, like the creator of Elf, who's like uncredited on the show because he was such a fucking like heroin junkie. No one liked him. It had Ben Stiller in it.
Oh, Ben Stiller.
And Dan says he has the series on DVD.
There we go.
I'm not surprised. I had the season 1 on DVD once, and I sold it. My brother gave it to me for Christmas one year.
Apparently,
I think I-
season
Well,
Well,
one.
I'm at the
ripped
point
it.
now. If I want to watch a series of a show, I just will download it and watch it. And then
Apparently, season one's the worst one for like Alf just being like a pervert and an asshole too. Like that one, they hadn't figured out what they're doing with him yet. So
Remember they
he
made a
become-
cartoon afterwards.
Yeah,
where
yeah.
He was like back on Melmac or whatever. That was
He had
weird.
comic books and everything. I had Elf comic books for some reason. I can't remember why. I can't remember even liking Elf all that much. But
I
I
want
had.
to say, remember the books, the sticker books?
Yeah, I remember sticker books. I
Yeah.
never had
I
an
remember
Elf
having
one.
the comics. I had the Elf comics.
Mm.
And anybody ever have the Coleco made Elf doll, like
Nope.
the stuffed toy that I got it when I was like, I must have been like 8 years old or something. And I got one of those Elf dolls. It came in a fucking spaceship, so
Huh.
it looked like it was crashed into the. My parents put it so it looked like it was fucking crashed into the Christmas tree.
Nice.
Anyway,
My buddy had the Teddy Ruxpin where you put a tape in. And you could
yeah,
depending on like you put the right tape of like music in, and he'd like sing all.
I've heard of people taking like putting Metallica tapes in the Teddy Ruxpin playing.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you had to like. I think you had to break like the copyright seal on the tape or whatever first for it to work or something like that. There was some sort of way you had to rig it.
oh yeah. The tapes had that little tab you had to snap.
Yeah, yeah.
Remember
Fun
on the VHS, it was you snapped it out and then you couldn't record over it. If you had like something really special you wanted to save on your thing, you snap that tab out.
Well, you could tape over it and then it would plug the hole
Yeah.
so that you
Yeah.
could actually record something.
That's what I mean. Like if you didn't want to accidentally,
Yeah,
you pull that tab out.
it was literally like a tab that pushed a lever that, like, if it had the tab there, it would push the lever. It would allow you to record over it.
Back in
You
the
could do
day
that.
when analog was king.
Was king. The big thing is like if you had a cassette tape and you recorded over it though, the quality would be shit because the quality at which an audio cassette or a video cassette is recorded is so much higher quality than what your common VCR does or your cassette recorder at home does. Unless you've got like a tape deck that can like you can set your bias and your media type to, like metal or chrome or something like that.
I remember back when I was like, I don't remember 15, 16, but the Tea Party did an interactive thing on Much Music.
Well,
And I recorded it on the VCR. And I can't remember what sound card at that time. Something decent enough that I was able to jerry rig the audio things on I think I just had to use the white red to headphone jack adapter. You know what I'm talking about? That universal fantastic adapter. And yeah, I just had
the
to
RCA stereo connectors to a headphone jack.
yeah, I plugged that into the VCR and plugged that into the computer, recorded it as one huge long wave file. No, I think I recorded each song separately because my hard drive wasn't big enough to handle the wave files back then.
You probably
they
recorded
were
songs or
huge.
just clips.
But no, I recorded the whole song, and then I had whatever program there was back in the day to make those were the first MP3s that I ever like made myself, and I still have them to this day.
Fraunhofer ISS MP3 or something like that. I think Fraunhofer's the company that had the copyright for MP3.
No, but it's something Audio Galaxy or some program back in the day.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember Audio Galaxy, I think.
Yeah, that would have been the one, I think.
I think there was I thought Audio Galaxy was like an FTP program that gave you a list of FTPs you could search. It might not have been that one. It might have been something else.
No,
but I remember Audio Galaxy because that was like the first site I could download MP3s from. Because what it was just like a master list. You could either download the file direct, or you could get information to connect to somebody's FTP and then download it from there.
Yeah.
And so you might have had like
there was a program that sounded something like that though. That was the MP3 thing. And actually, talking about like going back to the copyright and all this shit, like that thing I had the issue with where Lee was able to help me out. What, a month at least ago now, where I was trying.
Right.
Where I downloaded that album I literally went on iTunes, reactivated my account I haven't used in like 10 years, and like bought the album, and they're like, "Oh, you can have it in our stupid iTunes fucking audio format that no audio player out there will recognize." But you want to convert it into an MP3? Sorry, it's protected with Apple's conversion protect.
Yeah.
What
the hell?
They
had a DRM on each file.
That's the first.
The workaround was to burn it to a CD, use a CDRW or something, and then rip it.
You know what? Actually, the workaround I was going to do that I've done before, I did not. The vlog I did years ago, do the beer review, where I was on the roof of the VGL place, and the wind was all stupid. I found a program specifically for removing wind noise and stuff, but it was like you can't save the file. So I was like, okay, screw you. Did all the play, opened up Audacity, record Windows sounds, whatever.
A lot of Audacity.
Hit record, and just record it. So that's what I was going to do, was just play the album and record it through Audacity and make my own MP3s like that. But Lee was able to send me the link that actually just had the MP3s, which was fantastic.
Again, I saved the day. I'm a hero. What can I tell you?
I guess.
I don't know about again, but
I always save the day. It's what I do.
I can't think of another specific.
Saves the day.
I do it so much that they all bleed into one. Big thing.
It's just a constant thing.
It is. It's annoying, really, how much I
every single good thing that happens in every single second on the planet is thank you, Lee.
Now you're getting it.
You are a kind God.
Right.
He's a vengeful God, but
I'm a just God. Let's put it that way.
You might die cancer though, so fuck you.
Humble. Well, you know what? You know what? There's a lot of bad things your dad did you didn't know about, Carrie. It's best you don't know about them.
They would have to be. Like he was, that was like the thing that straight up like did it for me. Where I'm like, no, like if there's a God, no, this is the fucking best, nicest person there's ever been. No, fuck you.
That still could be a God. It's just he's probably a real fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Are you a god?
He's testing my faith. Yeah, fuck you.
Fat fingering the red button.
Ray.
Yeah.
What's the Ghostbusters quote go? It's
Ray, when someone asks you if you're a god, you say yes.
Yes.
There you go. Another series where the first one was leaps and bounds better than the second.
Yeah, the second one was still fun though. It's just
that's what I'd say with Short Circuit 2. That was still fun.
Yeah, no, Short Circuit 2 fell way below Short Circuit 1.
So did Ghostbusters 2.
Nah.
Honestly, it's just basically the ending. The ending just kind of throws a wrench into everything and makes no sense.
Where they make him an American citizen kind of shit.
No, not the Short Circuit. I'm talking about Ghostbusters, where they're all randomly in the painting now. Like what? that just doesn't make any sense at all, and just made the whole movie
Well, I
be
mean,
like, what
Vigo
the?
came from a painting, so
Bustin makes them feel good.
That was weird.
busted makes you feel good.
And then like Rick Moranis was just basically pointless in that movie, but still funny. Like,
Yeah, he was getting a paycheck. More power to him.
Anyway, I'm drinking Big Axe Brewery Rolling Hay New England IPA, which is the same brewery that I was supposed to go to that beer fest to on the weekend, but didn't because the weather was fucking shit. Rat Clubs,
double rat
Pills,
clubs.
and a Space Invader.
You know, I will give them a lot of credit. Ghostbusters too.
Imagine Justin's drinking an energy drink or something.
The effects they used for the slime
10 to 10.
were great.
Oh yeah.
Go ahead, Justin. Sorry.
Oh no, I was just responding to Nick with the energy drink question. 10 to 10, not gonna happen.
Hey, are you like 15 feet away from your microphone right now or something?
No, the microphone is on the shed. I've got background noise, but that may be.
No, it just sounds different than usual, I guess you'd say.
But if it's faint, that's for everyone's benefit.
He does sound further away.
Yeah.
There.
There what?
Thank you, Nick. I couldn't understand the label before.
Nick, use an apostrophe when you're supposed to use an apostrophe.
Oh, fuck off. Fucking troll. I got mad at Yuri on the weekend because I took a picture of the beer he had, and the label was half out of focus, and I'm like, I can't even read that.
Carrie,
like, I'm disappointed in you. I'm like, fuck off.
Nick got unreasonably upset about it. I was just like, dude,
I wasn't in a good mood because I missed that fucking beer festival. But
it was really honestly funny.
Because the weather turned out that the weather was fine. The showers passed before the fucking thing started.
It's almost like you should just fucking just go and bring an umbrella next time. Fuck.
Like my whole thing was just like, Nick, I've seen you take 1,000 pictures of beer. They've all been amazing. What's going on?
Well,
it was just joking around.
The camera was jumping around, focusing on the top half of the can. So,
see, Nick, you should have been upset, but you should have been upset with yourself because you didn't prepare better for the Big Axe.
Oh, I was, and I took it out on Carrie instead because he was doing some.
Well, that's
shit when it came.
That's being a bad friend.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
That's an abusive relationship.
Yeah, that really is.
It was honestly pretty. It was really funny, and I enjoyed it overall.
At the time.
It was like, what the hell is even happening right now? It was hilarious.
Well, at least you're both getting something out of your interactions.
I'm just
saying the same.
I'm just happy Nick's not beating up on a woman or a child.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Carrie is debatable, but he's got the body of a man anyway.
He's got a new car to
get
hit.
the mind of a child. Yeah, right.
No, he's not going to want to hit people with his new car because it's nice and it's white. He doesn't want to get blood on it. You have to get your old car running to run people over with.
Oh, so he just takes a junker out and hits people with it. No.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I don't. There's no extra driveway room at this point. I need to get rid of that thing.
Hair for men. So does it do? Just remove hair?
Yeah.
It kills the hair and it comes out. I've tried it before.
Okay.
I found it didn't work very well.
Yeah, I think it's like it's hit or miss. Like you need to sometimes reapply. From what I've seen, I've never tried it myself, but sometimes you need to reapply it. And
so you wouldn't use that on your testicles. You just.
I would not use it anywhere. I would not use it near. I would not use it near any openings of any kind. Also, it is like
your testicles aren't opening. Like if you
that's too close to
He's
the pee hole.
there in your nuts.
That's too close to my pee hole for my liking. You know what?
We get one of those weird cap only German condoms that just goes over the top.
Jesus, what cap only German condoms?
I've never heard of that.
It just goes over the tip.
It's a weird
it would
thing.
Fucking pop off and end up in a vagina.
It exists.
I must look this up now. The other thing about Nair, if you've never used it before, it is the most putrid smelling stuff you've ever smelled. Like it smells like you're like, this is not something I should be putting on my body.
Yeah, you're.
Shut up, Dan.
Dan's not wrong.
Dick. You can actually.
To be honest, like
toilet
in the
paper
pouring
off,
rain, well, didn't the bus have issues? You were saying or something too?
Yeah, the bus broke down on the way there too.
Okay, Rhino, whatever. Don't know how to use the bus. All right, Rhino, it's fine.
No, the bus broke down. I don't think that's gonna.
Just forget that little small detail, Carrie. I'm trying to work it into my albino Rhino joke.
Okay, I got you. It's an interesting stretch you're making there, but I'm with you. I'll support you.
There you go.
I'm with you. All right.
Thank you.
I think
Nick,
Nick should
be
just
better at bus riding.
They would never charge an IT guy with a DUI.
There you go.
What?
I don't know. The main thrust of this whole conversation, Nick, is you were wrong to not go to the festival. You didn't prepare, and you should be mad at yourself and nobody else.
Well, I don't need anybody else to be mad at me with that. Anyway,
We're always mad at you.
To help me be mad at myself. So,
we're always there to help you, Nick, in case you ever don't need to be put down a little further.
Yeah.
eat a dick.
I would if you sent me one.
Yeah, they'd send you a bag of dicks. Like,
Yeah, send me a bag of dicks and I'll eat it on camera.
Dan, do it. I'll give you Greg's address.
I'll give Dan my address if he wants to send me a bag of dicks.
Send Greg a bag of dicks.
Dan said they got tossed. Like they're still candies. Like
Yeah, I'm like,
you get tossed.
yeah, I can't put
Toss the
dicks in
salad.
them. Like
Jamie's gonna watch the replay and mail Greg a bag of dicks.
someone sent me a bag
or
of
a
dicks.
Doesn't want to be
It's
gay,
just-
man.
Or a dick pillow.
Are they gummies or?
I would
They
keep
usually
it.
are, right?
I would keep the dick pillow too. It's cute.
What if they were, you know,
Yours is the dick pillow.
what if they were THC infused dick gummies?
Hell yeah.
They'd probably cost more.
Would you sacrifice your heterosexuality for a really nice high?
That's getting very close to sucking dick for drugs.
Yeah.
What if we
It's
infuse?
not even a real drug. You ever smoked
What
dick for crack?
What if we infuse them with barrel-aged stout?
Yeah, there you go.
Would you drink a stout shaped like a dick?
Oh, they were hard candies, so you really got to suck on them for a while. Okay, I see.
Wow.
So yeah,
wow.
that was too gay for Dan.
I feel if they were chocolate-covered dicks, Dan would have just devoured them.
Mm.
You're like gummies, maybe. You just pretend they're worms.
They're not
like
totally
hard
covered
dick
though. They're
candies.
just partially covered. Like they've been slightly in a hole somewhere.
Like Scott's wife, when she had her bachelorette party, they had like penis straws and dick candies, and like they were basically like lollipops that look like cocks.
Yeah, the typical cock thing.
Lollycocks.
Lollicocks.
Nick, did you have a cocky pop?
Nope.
That was also well played.
I want Nick to eat some penis-shaped thing. I'm worried about Nick. He's afraid of penises too much.
I would never eat a penis-shaped thing. I do like hot dogs though.
Well, I was making the argument with my wife the other day. Everyone says all the good food is shaped like penis. I disagree. All the good foods are actually shaped like vaginas. You know, tacos and what was I having? A gyro the other day?
Donair.
Donair. There you go. Like,
Donairs.
yeah, I mean, a roast
Get
beef
them
sandwich.
nice and sloppy and
Roast
dripping
beef
and sticky.
sandwich if you put it on its side.
Oh shit! Dan says, I didn't throw them out. Guess
there you
what's
go.
going in the mail to Greg?
Yay! Yay! I want my.
They're gonna randomly wind up in a beer mail to me, aren't they?
Yeah, in this weather,
yes.
by the time they get to anyone else, they're going to be like those hard candies you find in like an old lady's dish in her house where they're all stuck together. And,
You're gonna pull one of the dicks out in the whole bag.
It'd be an old sticky dick.
It's gonna look like a fucking dick-shaped coral reef or
You're
something.
gonna have
Those hard candies that start getting soft because they've been in the jar, the bowl. for so
Actually,
long.
years ago now, my sister for my birthday bought me a couple she got me something. I can't remember what a gift, and then just a couple side things. They're these
Where's this
like
going?
plastic cone thing. You go to a candy shop, and like a plastic cone thing that's like tied at the top with a bunch of random candy inside.
Okay.
And I had 2 of those left in the car in the hot sun, and the whole thing just became this like gelatinous. Once it solidified, like I brought it home and put it in the fridge. It became like a one big weird pointy at the top, penisy, gelatinous.
Okay, so
thing.
so am I the only one who is like expecting him to immediately go into the story about how his sister bought him a giant candy dick for his birthday?
I think you might have been. I'm happy.
I was kind of hoping the story would go there. With Carrie, I'm always hoping it'll lead to incest.
Damn.
That's a thing that none of my story. I'm never going to. I'm never going to make you happy there, Greg. I'm sorry. I apologize. None of my stories are ever going to end there because that is
none of your current stories, but there's always new stories that are happening.
No.
There's there's stories that haven't been written yet.
God
hey, so
damn.
Nick, how badly do you want to keep this channel?
Yeah, Jesus Christ.
Well, I can't get anybody to show up anymore, so I have to take what I get.
All right,
Yeah,
this is
right.
how this is how you shave a ball sack.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
It's an educational video. It's good
Hey,
for
guys.
YouTube.
let me show you how I keep my butt.
Greg, would that fly on YouTube? If Nick was like
It's a video-
Nick's
video
teaching
Greg
us, and we're all doing it to, Nick's teaching us, and we're all
Greg's
doing it.
showing us how to wash your butthole
That's right. It's
to
an
food grade
educational video.
standards.
I think the thing is you have to have like an official product for it though. Like you can't just like, oh, here's my asshole. Now I'm going to put soap on it. Like I don't think that's the way it works. I
It's
think
like
you
there
got
for your butthole.
No, Greg is one of the smart people where you need to wash your ass. You turn the dial or do you turn a dial and push a button in yours?
Did you give yourself an enema?
Oh, that's right. You guys can do your bidet thing. Yeah.
Damn
No.
right.
Listen. If you really want to take butthole hygiene seriously, I recommend Simon's pressure
Get
washers.
a pressure washer.
Now what you do,
God,
you got
you fucking hurt your colon.
you got your yellow tip, but that's not the one you want. What you want?
just a tip.
You want the red tip. This is the one that really in there. This is the one that'll your teeth while you spray it up your ass.
Is that the one you call the red
Greg,
rocket?
you've dropped down to
The
about
red
one frame a minute over there.
Mm. Yeah, your
Oh, did you
Amazon,
guys
your
ever-
cheap Amazon junk.
You're
isn't
too
working over
far
there.
from your Wi-Fi.
This is his way to pixelate the show.
That is true. That does work.
Did
well,
you
at least.
guys hear any of what I said or?
Yeah,
No, but
something about a red
your
rocket
audio-
up your
your-
ass.
Your audio was coming through fine, but your video was very.
I walked
very
over to the other side of the backyard where apparently I don't have Wi-Fi signal, and these stupid repeaters don't work at all. So
That's funny.
anyway, I suggest you power wash your ass. And
Yeah,
I
I highly recommend the portable bidet thing that I bought. It's
funny enough, when I went mountain biking today, I went to the Porto John they have there, and somebody apparently, as far as I could tell, looked like they had a douche of some sort and had used it and then just left it on top of the toilet paper rack. And I was like, I don't know if I put my phone with me, unfortunately, because that bathroom's gross and I'm paranoid about dropping something in it. But I was like, Carrie's been here.
no.
What did you do? See a douche and automatically think of Carrie?
Yeah.
Like my
yes, Nick. But not in the way you think. Not that I'm saying Carrie's a douche. Carrie just
It's not what you
enjoys.
think.
Carrie
Like
just
those,
enjoys
those videos on YouTube. It's not what you think.
Yeah, I love douching my asshole. Good times.
Someone get that as a
So
fucking
does
sound
Greg.
drop.
There you go. There you go.
Jamie, if you're watching this, you know what to do.
There you go. Become some new song on the Piss Up channel or something.
Boom, 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 boom. Love douche my asshole. Boom, boom,
Love. Douche. Douche. Douche in my asshole. Douche. Oh.
Oh wow.
R.I.P. Tina Turner.
Mm.
What, too soon?
You brought it down, Nick. You have two tissues.
What's love but a spick and span butthole?
What's love got the douche? What douche?
I like the crossover with cleaning products as well. Right, a spick and span asshole.
Spick and span.
I see. If you use the power washer, I suppose that's both like cleaning and that's kind of nair if you put the pressure up high enough.
No, that's just death.
It's like
Exquisite
like
corpse.
the tender membrane skins that you have are inside your asshole. You're gonna tear it with a fucking pressure washer.
Oh well.
3,200 psi up the arsehole.
Test of the theory of infinite possibilities. Take a pressure washer to that area. It could be reconstructive surgery in a good way.
Oh, there you go.
Might get rid of some of those anal polyps. Give yourself a colonoscopy.
Got some skin tags you want to get rid of? Here we go.
Do you have diverticulitis? Straighten things out.
I'm 37 now, and it dawned on me that
Can't.
colon cancer runs in the family. So my 40th birthday, like I'm in my last 1,000 days of non-violated bumhole. Your moment of silence is appreciated. I'd like some support.
Well,
Oh, are you?
It's not-
I only heard part of that. Were you talking about getting the finger up your ass?
I don't.
My
saying the
times are
colon-
coming. Still a little ways out, but
Oh, I've been. My dad had prostate cancer. I've been getting the finger up my ass since I was like 25. Although, unfortunately, then my male doctor, he retired, and then I had an attractive female doctor, and she didn't stick her finger up my butt once. She's like, "No, we have new technology. We don't need to do that anymore." I'm like, "But I
just didn't want to give you an erection. You were being.
But
creepy.
I cleaned it just for you." So
I
she's
had
good
a.
looking too. She looked like Janet Jackson.
I had an issue where I was hospitalized back in 2011, and I had to have a colonoscopy afterwards because of it. So I've had a colonoscopy before. It's an interesting experience to say the least, especially that stuff. Especially
Did you
that
sit on
stuff.
a bike that didn't have a seat on it?
No. Let's just say I was constipated to the point where I ended up tearing myself shitting.
Jesus, you gotta get that roughage into you.
Uh-huh.
I hate
The
to say it,
stuff,
but
the stuff they
need
get you to
vegetables.
drink the night before. It was literally called. You had to go to the pharmacist to get a jug of stuff called Go Lightly. It was called. It was nothing light about it. It was. There's nothing light about it.
I've worked at a pharmacy before. Yeah, we always used to joke at the pharmacy. It was like half the products there will constipate you, the other half are there to make you go.
Accurate. Yeah, it was like I tore myself shit, and then my asshole was bleeding for like a couple of days, and I was
Ouch.
in the hospital for it. So they looked at it and they're like, yeah, okay, the bleeding will stop on its own eventually, but we better take a look in there. Like, oh fuck. So I ended up having to schedule a colonoscopy to get a look, and when they gave me the shit, the stuff, it was like 4 liters of this stuff, like powder, like the powder, and you had to mix it with distilled water and stuff like that. You drank 4 liters of water, and then about 3 hours, and the doctor actually told me, yeah, you can go to work with it while you drink this stuff. Nope, I took the night off, thank God, because I ended up like 3 hours in or something like that. I ended up shitting my guts out. Everything, every single thing, shitting liquid. There's
You don't think you can poop that much.
It was like at one point or something. I was sitting on the can in the washroom, and Neely came in and gave me a hug because I was feeling like crap, and she just squeezed.
Nick, it was like you were a massive douche that you could have sprayed right up into Carrie.
I was the pressure washer.
Yeah.
It's like you're a bottle of Aunt Jemima or something.
Anyway.
Oh wow.
This is educational content, kids.
It is.
Yes, I've learned a whole bunch of new things I probably shouldn't have ever known.
Eventually, you'll have one too.
It's my fault for asking.
It's your
some of the
asshole
questions,
and
I guess.
you.
I was once. Well, they once wanted to give me one because actually it was kind of a similar thing where I had an anal fissure, so it bled a little bit. So I had it looked at. They're like, it's probably fine, but we want to give you a colonoscopy anyway. I was like, nah, I'm good, thanks. Because I'm like, okay, I'm not a fucking doctor, but it's not internal bleeding; it's external bleeding, so it's fine. And then then they gave me some cream and it healed in like 2 weeks, so it was fine.
There you go.
And they just said, yeah, don't be constipated or you'll rip yourself again. I'm like, good to know. The butthole is a very delicate thing.
Yeah.
The whole gastrointestinal tract is a delicate thing. Like I had a flu bug bad enough over a weekend that it left me lactose intolerant for over a year.
Wow. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Neither did I.
I missed what Justin just said. I go to my beer fridge, my CD starts to break up on my headset. I think it's someone he doesn't want to repeat.
He was talking about what a piece of shit you are, but I mean,
Well, I figured that.
Well,
Yeah.
he knows Nick very well, so.
The fact that it is possible to have the flu so bad that it leaves you lactose intolerant.
Jesus. I could see that. That sucks, but I could see it. Because it's all about, I think, lactose intolerant. Isn't it something to do with like the lining in your colon or something like that? Or if it does damage to the system?
Yep. Now, mercifully, a year later, I was okay to drink milk again. But I would pop like those Lactaid tablets. I'd go through a box of those a day. I enjoy milk.
Speaking of enjoying milk, I was, Sue Johansson, obviously she died a few weeks ago. And I was watching, we were watching like this special they have on her. I was on Global or whatever the fuck it was. And it was funny. One of the questions she was entertaining, she's like, yeah, my husband, so he really, really wants to, I just had a baby and he really wants to suck on my tits and drink the milk, but he's lactose intolerant. She's like, so tell him to take Lactaid and go to town.
Canada didn't deserve her.
No, she was great. She was great. The actual special is kind of sad because it was done like basically like around 2 years ago, and she was already retired, and she sort of has like sort of early onset dementia and stuff like that. So even she like during the interview, she's like, "Yeah, the woman I once was, she's dead. She's no longer around." It's like, oh, this is kind of depressing. But
that sucks.
But no, she was fucking great. Like, and she also, I loved how she, like, actually one of the guys I worked with, I happened to be in the office the week she died. And one of the guys I work with, he's worked for the shopping network for many years. And he's met like Canadian celebrities over the years. And, he said, he didn't actually meet her he didn't meet her at a party or something, but actually earlier in his career when he was like, I think still in high school, so not his career. He's like, yeah, she actually gave a lecture to our like health class in high school. And the first thing she does is she like whips out a condom, stretches it like as far as her hands will reach and puts it over her head. And then she's like, are any of you too big for this or something like that? Or
yeah, there's no excuse for not wearing a condom when you're having sex. It doesn't matter if the condom's too small.
Carrie.
Anyway, your dick will heal. Like, you want to complain about, oh, it's too tight. Just fucking wear it if you want to get laid.
Or get a fucking bigger condom. Like, literally, if you're worried it's too tight, okay, get a bigger condom. They make them in fucking Magnum XL.
I will say that it is too small condom thing is for real, no matter what Lee says.
No, you don't want a condom.
Have you ever had a full-on dick bruise from one?
No, you don't want a condom that's overly tight. Like, I don't like regular Trojans. I find regular Trojans to be too tight. Regular Durex, on the other hand, I find fine. Trojans, I think Magnums fit fine. It's not that I have a massive dick that I need a Magnum, but I find that I find
Durex,
comfortable.
No, not for me anyway. Not regular Durex.
Actually, I don't know if these are regular. These are like some fancy ribbed ones or something, so they might be bigger. I don't know if they're bigger than normal or not, but
I mean, Nick needs a slightly different setup. Nick's last condom was the Goodyear blimp.
I was gonna say Nick just takes one of the legs of his jeans and ties it off.
It's like, no, you buy surgical gloves, you get 5 in 1.
There you go.
No.
I'm not even gonna lie. As a kid, I once tried to blow up a surgical glove and see if it could be used as like a fleshlight type deal. It doesn't work.
Jesus.
I was very experimental as a child. I was like, can I have sex with this thing? Nope. It just does not work.
Wow.
So there you go. You learned something new about me. I'm a pervert.
Oh, yeah. Dan found his bag of dicks.
I'm very happy that Dan found his bag of dicks.
So yeah, we're still online on YouTube, so we haven't been taken down. We're providing educational content, so
We are.
There's one viewer watching. It's probably Dan, but we're gonna ask what he's drinking anyway because he's probably drinking nothing still.
Well,
I believe he's having a beer to wash down that bag of dicks that he's holding up in the chat there.
I believe next Mr. Russell is going to be narrowing his asshole for our educational purposes.
If anybody watching the review or like afterwards, this is what we're talking about. Dan, the Western Canadian reviewer, is holding up a bag of dicks that he was given. So
he told us he threw them out, and we were like, "What the fuck, dude?"
Yeah, why just throw out a big bag of dicks? You should send them to Greg.
Greg will eat the dicks. I'll eat a few dicks, and I'll send them on to someone else.
He'll eat a dick.
I'll eat a dick. I'll eat a few little dicks, but just little dicks, not baby dicks.
How old are these things anyway? Isn't there like a best before date on them?
It's candy. It'll fucking be fine in after the nuclear apocalypse.
Pocky clips.
Pocky clips from Thunderdome.
Yeah. We have to make it so get to Tomorrowland. Yeah. Anyway,
worst part of that fucking movie.
Anyway, I'm drinking a Garrison Tall Ship. I think we saw this.
Yeah.
I'm actually surprised after drinking this that I finally kind of understand what the point of this beer is that it's basically Garrison's answer to this. The export ale.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of got that same profile. I feel like it's a bit maltier, more flavorful, but it's still got that kind of like that caramel, brassy kind of like grassy kind of taste that the other one had. And I'm still not a fan of the Tall Ship from Garrison, but I gotta say that it is very reminiscent of the flavor profile of Mole and Export. Now not Schooner. Schooner's a lot cleaner. But
yeah,
but Old and Export, I actually really like Old and Export because there's something weird about the taste. I feel like it's too caramelly, too much toffee, and some people might like it, but I'm not really a big fan of it. And I feel like there's almost like a wet dog kind of taste to it as well.
Oh, well,
I don't know. It was cheap. They had like a deal on where you could buy two 6-packs for. And get $5 off. So I ended up buying that in a 6-pack of Hoppy Boys. But I should have got 2 packs of Hoppy Boys. Because Garrison Hoppy Boy I do like. It's a good serviceable IPA.
I haven't had that in a long time.
So what are you drinking, Lee? Since you're the lawyer.
Still drinking the
Stilly
Pills. Yeah.
I gotta get some more of that. We still get it here. I hope that stays because right now beer selection in New Brunswick sucks. I was talking to Scott about it yesterday when he popped over. Like basically he popped over, and if you send him your address, then you'll have beers coming along the way. Some of it's sponsored by Scott, some of it's sponsored by Moosehead. I won't go into details. I'll let him talk about it next time he's around. But when I was talking to him, he was telling me about like beer sales. Apparently, Moose Light Chelada is fucking killing it in sales. Like it's
can see
selling
that.
like hotcakes. Yeah, and I understand why, because it's like a nice, good summer quenching beer, and it's. But as far as like beer sales, the rest of the market, like craft beer and everything, is sales are slumping.
Well, I assume a lot of it has to do with how much they just keep jacking up the fucking prices too, like on everything.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the biggest problem. Is the government keeps adding more, jacking up the price. Ingredients get more expensive.
mhm.
Good can of craft beer is $5 now, so I don't buy them quite nearly as often as I used to because it's just too expensive. Once I hit that $5 mark, it's just like, ugh. And you know
Yeah.
what? It's weird because we talked to Greg and he's buying like cans of beer for under $4 sometimes. Like how much was that Space Invader, Greg?
I'm buying cans of beer for a lot less than that. I mean,
Yeah,
I forget the math is on the. Hold on, I think the
yeah, but
Space
I mean,
Invader.
as a whole, like New Brunswick, if you want a good 500 ml can or approximately 500 ml can of craft beer, it's going to be like close to $5 or more.
Yeah.
But in Ontario,
Space Invader. So this is 235 a can. Steam Whistle is
235.
yeah. Steam Whistle is 250 a can. I can get
Jesus, no, you're an alcoholic.
Canuck. I can get close to $2 a can. A little bit more normally. Sometimes it goes on sale for around $2
Okay,
a can.
what about like a single can at the LCBO?
Most beers are like 3 to 325 ish. Something.
Even that, yeah.
I think Canuck is like 280. I think it's still pretty cheap, but yeah, I think about 3 to 350 is kind of the norm for most things. It's a little bit annoying. I mean, I don't mind so much paying 350 for like an IPA, but I get annoyed when it's like, oh, this is a fucking 4.5% lager, 350. Like, fuck off.
Yeah, it's gotten ridiculous. I imagine Nova Scotia is the same thing is here, isn't it? Like
Now,
I have that as the, yeah.
Are your local breweries, are they cheaper? Like stuff that's actually made in New Brunswick or Nova Scotia, is it cheaper than?
No, I'm quoting local breweries when I'm saying that the can of
really?
like IPA or anything from them is now minimum $4 for a can, probably closer to $5. Like we're talking $4.39, $4.75, $4.99, $4.89, all that stuff. It's just fucking stupid. Like I walk into the liquor store, and I used to be able to go like, okay, I want to spend $40. I go to the liquor store, I'll buy like 8 beers, or like 12 beers or something like that. Now it's like I'm lucky to get 8, and I'm just buying cheaper options just because I don't really want to spend more than $5 on a beer.
I'm looking at shit here right now, like the Two Crows stuff. Just their basic stuff is $5.24 now a can. Their Green World Double IPA, which is pretty good, is $6.24 a can. Annapolis Brewing Company, their stuff is like $5.14 a can. Big Spruce $5.30, and it varies a little bit here and there. Oh, they're some of their stuff's still under $5. Their Conniption Fit Ale is $4.95. Let's see what else we got here. Fucking Boxing Rock, their stuff is almost $6 a can. Most of their stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Well, their hunky dory is actually cheap. It's their Vickers Cross is almost $6.
Is a double IPA, so
yeah. The hunky dory, that's pretty reasonable. $4.69 a can.
For hunky dory, it's $4.69 a can though.
Yeah,
but hunky dory is delicious, but
their puck off lagered ale is $4.09 a can. Britain Brewing, some of their stuff, their Black Angus IPA is $4.75. Yeah, it's all sort of hovering around mostly $4.50 and above.
Yeah,
and usually above.
I'm looking at prices on NB Liquor website, and like Trailways are usually like $4.69, $4.49, $4.69 or higher. Kavik from Moncton. You can get their stout, which is $3.99, but the rest of them are like $4.19 or higher.
Mm.
I don't really like their stout. The New Maritime or Big Axe are $4.19 a bottle. Unless you want their IPA, then it's going to be a little bit more. Kavik, Kavik. I already said Kavik. Yeah, I'm just sort of poking around, but it's just like I'll walk it. One of the best deals in an IPA that I find in the liquor. They don't really make a lot of beers these days. I find is Johnny Jack's out of Warmuckto, and they make. They got a new IPA. Let's check that out. So Stormy Sunset New England IPA is $4.29. So I'll buy that every once in a while. It's a very dry IPA, so you got to be in the mood for it.
It's like, if you bought honestly, that's where coming into like buying a 4-pack of something these days of like Tall Boys is a decent savings, really, compared to because like a lot of the beers you see in those 4-packs like alone, they're like upwards of $5 or whatever. So you would expect to be paying like $20 for like a 4-pack or something, and a lot of them there seems to be some deals on that shit here in Nova Scotia at the least, where it's like you can buy like 4 packs of church stuff for like $16.95 or whatever. That's a few dollars off what you would pay if you just bought 6 separate cans or whatever.
I was talking to a buddy at work that visited Church Brewing, and he said it was pretty awesome. I looked at it on a map, and they got a really cool location inside of a converted church. It's kind of like they look even better than Silversmiths we went to, and
Oh yeah,
you're telling me that Church Brewing is
in a church?
Converted.
Really? I guess it's rather obvious when you look at it that way.
Silversmith was the place I tried that weird string cheese for the first time.
Johnny Jack's.
I've bought it several times since. It tastes very tasty.
Johnny Jack's Vista IPA. I'm going to check that out. Looks like it's new. Anyway, I'm just sort of browsing around on the Indie Liquor website. And the cheaper trailways are like $4.29, and then it's more than that if you want their IPAs, and they make a lot of IPAs that it's just driving me nuts how my expensive beer's gotten.
I'm having this is my last beer of the evening. Another Green Velvet.
Green Velvet. I wish I'd get some Bellwoods out here.
It's delicious.
Yeah, I'll never send any over here if you keep drinking them all. There's another brewery that I've actually had some good luck with. This Novum Boreas from Edmundston, which is they made that. What was it called? It was like it had that cool picture with a guy in a spacesuit and a mushroom cloud behind him. It was like a double dry hopped IPA. But they're like they got these kick-ass labels. I'm gonna look it up.
Delicious Oppenheimer.
There you go.
I kind of want to. I'm not gonna lie. I want to see Oppenheimer, and I kind of also want to see the Barbie movie.
I don't want to see either one of them.
If the reviews are good, I'd watch the Barbie movie. But
Oppenheimer, have you seen any of the previews for the Barbie movie? Like I watched one of them, and it was like this looks dumb, but it might actually be pretty funny. I was like,
no, it's obviously self-aware of how stupid it is, and it's like making jokes about it. But I still don't care. Like
I don't care, but I'll check it out.
And the Oppenheimer one is like,
I know. I'm honestly real. I'm obviously like the ending has been spoiled, kind of thing.
We're gonna learn about how he's conflicted about possibly ending the fucking world. Okay. I'm interested. Like I've seen a lot of really good feedback and stuff about it, and I'm interested to see it.
Oh, like that bit during they weren't sure if they were going to burn the planet's atmosphere off by creating an explosion that large.
Yeah, but like, look at what Russia did with Tsar-Bomba, and like,
yeah. Well, I mean, the whole thing is because it's impossible. They can't do it. But they didn't know it.
No, it's not impossible. Like,
it's
impossible.
No, it's not. But they didn't know anything about it. I watched a thing on it last night. the whole thought is at the time they didn't know the math because there was a gap in what their knowledge of the math was. But once they ignited the atomic bomb, they found out like, oh yeah, it's not even close. It'd be practically impossible to blow up the burn off the planet's atmosphere that way.
Really? Okay, I thought it was actually kind of possible. But hey, if you watched the video,
well, not quite. Yeah, if we, I'm more educated than you now because I watched the video.
There you go.
You all know how YouTube videos work.
Nick is now a nuclear scientist.
There you go. Nuclear
It's
science.
like it's like if he watched a thing on vaccines, and now he's
No,
What do I look like, Chris Lysak to you?
Wait, going back to what you just said, Nick. Like the number of times I'm watching a like really informative, great video on YouTube about something, and they then randomly throw in nuclear. It's like, really? It's like a lot of times like, the video is great. It's like the Simpsons episode. No, it's nuclear, not nuclear. It's nuclear. No, it's nuclear. It's new and then clear. It's very easy to remember. But know that there are. I want to say at least 2 or 3 videos I've watched by like, big name YouTube kind of. I don't even know what the genre, just like information on random shit. And they'll say nuclear. It's like, really?
nuclear war.
Jesus. That got Mr. Russell riled up.
Nuclear.
Nuclear.
Just it just runs off the tongue. It comes off the tongue easier than nuclear.
How about we just? How about just atomic holocaust?
There we go.
It's like 100 times better than the regular Holocaust.
Wow.
Bye, Nick's channel.
Well, and the regular Holocaust was pretty good.
Like,
is a hydrogen bomb still a atomic bomb?
Yeah, because he uses a nuclear weapon to start the hydrogen fusion reaction.
Okay, so he does use the atomic thing, I guess, the atom. Makes sense.
So, Vinny,
speaking of dropping, Marson.
Howdy, fellas.
I have no idea who this.
We got directed.
This is Greg's brother-in-law.
You've always been asleep every time he showed up.
Yeah.
Look at me go being awake.
So you're in North Carolina now.
Yeah, I'm in the Outer Banks at the brewery down here.
Fancy.
So I apologize if it's a little loud.
Well, it's not as bad as your cicada bugs.
Yeah, those bastards are annoying.
Did you say
that's what he said.
Chiquita bug.
Chiquita banana bugs.
He said cicada. Cicada bugs.
Chiquita.
Cicada, whatever. I call them John Cicada bugs.
The Acadia bug.
That's better than cicadia.
Acadia. Cajun bugs?
Cicada bugs. I'm sticking with it.
Cicada.
He's going to freeze them until he needs to unthaw them.
They're crunchy and you can serve them with a little ketchup dip.
You'll eat anything with ketchup.
You're a pig.
I assume, like any bug, they can probably ground up and made into flour or something.
Just about done my beer that tastes like a macro beer. I'm gonna have a macro beer. Wash it down.
I'm having a good old Canuck because why not?
Because why not?
Because why not? Oh, I bought a case of Olin Export.
Because why not?
Because why not? You know what? I wanted to try because I never had Olin Export before, even though I have a can. I still have a can that Lee sent me once in a beer mail.
Oh, real nice of you to review it.
Like, yeah, no, it's like 8 years old now.
Fucking idiot. What are you doing?
I don't know.
See if I ever sent you beer mail again.
I drank the rest of the ones.
We know Nick doesn't fucking review beers anymore. What you drinking there, Marston?
Yeah,
I
Rex,
also
what are you
haven't
drinking?
reviewed a beer in a while.
You're asking
Just a local brewery here. Some kind of New England IPA deal.
It looks
7%.
Looks hazy as
Easy.
fuck.
Yeah,
Hazy.
pretty good though.
Can't go wrong with a 7% hazy.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, you can, but yeah, they're generally pretty tasty.
it's called Wells Brewing. I don't know, some Swells. There you go.
Swells.
Wells, yeah, Swells Brewing.
I've heard of that.
Looks like a brand new joint. I mean, still in good shape. What have you guys been up to tonight? Drinking?
Yeah.
And
Shooting
talking
the
about
shit.
educational YouTube videos about colonoscopies and breast exams and stuff.
Oh, nice.
Nice. And lactose
Not really-
intolerance.
How to
Shaving shaved buttholes.
Yeah, how to nair your butthole properly.
Well, if you're gonna nair your butthole, you want to do it. properly.
It's like
Yeah,
nair down there. They call it the nair down there.
Jesus.
That's not bad.
I don't know.
Why is my butthole burning? Other
I
than
didn't. Yeah,
tequila.
I didn't experience that, but I heard it's a no on with that down there.
No, I would not. Like I said, I've used it on parts of my body that were not near holes, and that shit stinks so bad. Like, it's not even like it smells bad; it's like a chemical smell. It's just like you're like, I don't want to put this anywhere near some place where it could get into my body. Like, it fucking stinks enough on its own. Like, it's like I ended up throwing. Like, I bought a bottle of it. I ended up throwing most of it out. I'm like, I'm not using this shit. It's gross.
That's what we guys do here. We talk about all kinds of things.
That's right.
It's like,
My wife-
I guess you're scared of the chemical smells? Or
Open a bottle of Nair.
it's something designed to chemically remove and
Yes, but
stop
I
your
want
hair from regrowing.
Yeah, but there's some chemical smells that are tolerable, Red Bear. Then there's ones where it's like, I'd rather be drinking floor cleaner right now.
Yeah.
Well, again, I wouldn't. I don't know what Nair smells like, but yeah, I wouldn't. If it
Just
smells
go-
like
smells
what
like
you
burning
just said.
butthole hair.
Just go
Oh.
next time you're in Shoppers Drug Mart or whatever. Fucking go to the Nair aisle, open up a bottle, like just pop it open and smell it, and tell me what you think of it.
The,
Oh,
na-
your nose
the
hurts.
the Nair aisle. Wouldn't that be something if there's a whole aisle dedicated to Nair?
Is it located near or far down the aisle?
that's
Oh,
how
shut
they make
the
their money.
Fuck up, Nick.
It's all the exact same product, but they make one that's this is
It's
for armpit hair, this is for ass hair, this is for vagina hair.
You need like a butt hair version.
It wouldn't surprise me if there was like
No, but again, but it's probably all the exact same thing, just marketed to different things.
Listen, I just want my butthole removal cream to smell better.
So safe for membrane areas.
Okay,
like-
you
like
didn't put the
general-
word hair in there, Greg. You just said you want your butthole removed.
Yeah, well,
You want some butthole removal cream.
If
what you just said.
he had his butthole removed, he wouldn't have to put up with his shit anymore.
oh yeah, you would. I just be
What?
spitting it out at you.
Oh, you'd have a colostomy bag.
I have a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I'm going to ask her about butthole removal cream.
And then the doctor or whoever there is going to look at you and go, you know what? You've just confirmed you are as fucking weird as you look.
She won't be
Guy
sticking a
who
finger
looks
anywhere
easily
near
as
your
weird as
butthole
I do.
now.
What the hell?
So you're like Greg, she won't stick a finger anywhere near your butthole now.
Well, yeah, again, my doctor is weirdly hot. So, yeah.
That's not weird, Redbeard. Some attractive people are smart too.
No, but like, well, I don't know. And any doctor I've ever had personally throughout my life has always been some at least 40, 50-year-old man. Like my current family doctor, well, my previous family doctor at this point retired, and the new doctor took over his practice. Is straight up a beautiful young lady, and it's just I have no problem with anything. It's just kind of weird and different. I like it. It's
Just
cool.
try not
She's
to get
nice.
an erection while she's checking your testicles.
Well, I haven't gone to her for a physical at this point.
better.
I've had one physical in my life when I was like 18 years old, and did the whole like and cough and stuff like that, and it was weird.
I don't know. I just remember like having a ultrasound on my taint there because of that saddle sore. Trying not to get a boner.
I had a bunch of like when I found that weird benign a year ago, I don't know, when I found that weird random benign lump in my ball sack there.
Jesus.
And yeah, it was a girl that did the whole put the ultrasound jelly on and go around and massaging it, but I was at the point where like do I have cancer? I'm like trying not to cry kind of at this point. It was fucking
yeah, the distraught thing would be like, because I knew I didn't have cancer, and then it's like soft and warm and she's touching my dick, so it's just like, oh, don't fight it.
Jesus, Nick, I need to send you
Like,
some
it's
money
like
for
this-
New
this-
Brunswick hooker.
Does this come with a happy ending?
Yeah, you got to pay the extra $10 for that though.
Yeah,
$10 for it.
Let's get
OHIP won't cover that.
for
Or
next
you don't have
for,
OHIP, whatever you got.
for next birthday. Let's find him a hooker.
Yeah, but like a New Brunswick hooker, like someone who's by the sea, very salty.
Jesus.
I mean,
Take you down to the sea caves and shuck your oysters.
something akin to the daytime hooker from My Name Is Earl.
Give her a little bit of that oyster stout, eh?
I mean, if we just invite Lady Lee, we can probably just put like a bunch of calamari in like a line leading up to your cock, and then once she gets there, she gets there.
We just lost Mercy.
He probably had an iffy connection there too.
Yeah.
Someone from the brewery just get you can't live stream from here. That's not allowed.
No, he's probably got shitty internet quality there.
It seemed all right.
Or you just get tired of us.
There's
That
that.
could happen too.
Could be like Greg got bored and left.
As he puts his headphones back on.
I heard Nick say something, Greg. I didn't quite catch
Well,
it.
you're talking about you lost Merson, and you're like, well, yeah, you probably got bored and left, just like Greg.
That's right. Well, I am gonna pop off to walk the dogs in a few minutes, but
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go to bed here soon. Susan, I probably finish this beer, but
Yeah.
hey, we got a good show to release tonight.
Did we really though?
did you?
Well, we didn't
yeah,
delve
yeah.
into exciting times. I mean, I've got an 8.5-foot hole in the front yard next door. That's fun time.
Why do you have
Oh.
an 8-foot hole in the front yard next door?
Just trying to recreate Canadian horror movie The Gate.
And
So
are you
it's kinda-
talking about like next door isn't in the house that Joel's renting a floor from?
That was good.
Yes.
What?
The front yard there, the water main came snapped. So
Oh,
had to dig through 8.5 feet of marine clay, wet marine clay,
ugh,
to access
gross.
it.
So
That
no
sounds
tiny,
big That sounds big enough for Nick to fuck.
So
no tiny little
who's-
demons running
who's
around
footing
then?
the
Okay.
bill for the repairs of this thing? Is it to you or is it the city?
It's to me because the failure was on my side of the sewer, right, the property line. So they, for the most part, put the caps on the property line, and everything inside is yours, everything outside is theirs. But it was
That's-
10
Given the
feet
amount
from
of
the
money you
house.
pay for, given the amount of money you pay for them,
Yeah, but if they do
Good
it for
water.
one, they have to do it for all.
yeah, stupid.
So
Shouldn't have read the incantations.
what is this going to cost you at this point? Like,
Geez, I wish I had a webcam to show you the little. It's a 3/4 inch copper pipe, and Yeah, that's probably a $3,500, $4,000 repair.
Really?
Yeah.
Ugh,
Wow.
4,000. Gross.
But I mean, you've got 4 guys on the job.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
It adds up fast. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. So no, that was unfortunate, but got it fixed.
Like me working for the city, like we got like 7 guys on staff doing the summer maintenance stuff. That's just the hourly labor wage is up there.
Yep.
You know, I will say one thing, that Margaret Robbie is really fucking hot.
Okay.
Anyway, sorry, there you go.
It's
just
non
wanted-
sequitur there.
It's a PSA.
No, you're not wrong though. Jeez. Well, yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah, I just was looking at like Facebook posts and stuff like that of people that want to do the whole Barbenheimer thing where they want to do the watch Barbie then Oppenheimer. Sound like
Yeah, it is a
post.
whole. It is a whole thing. Barbenheimer is being released same time.
Same
I
day.
mean,
Do double bill.
I'm happy that people are going back to theaters and watching movies and shit, but we need some more. We need some more movies. That's all I'm saying.
I get the feeling like Lee's not even interested in watching Oppenheimer.
No,
the number of flops that have kind of happened. Yeah, like the movie when the whole strike and stuff right now, we're like they want to be allowed to have an extra come on and scan them and just be able to use their digital shit. Like, yeah, there's a whole weird kind of paradigm shift happening in that industry right now. It's pretty fucked up.
Oh, with the battle against AI and shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, both the Writers Guild and the Actors Guild are on strike at the same time because who the fuck is Scrotum? That must be Radar. Yeah. Anyway, so we're talking.
How are you doing?
What were we talking about? Oppenheimer. Yeah, well, we were talking about like movies in general, where like the Screenwriters Guild and the Screenwriters Guild and the Actors Guild are all on strike at the same time because apparently you were told that the studio movie executives wanted to be able to 3D image a fucking extra, pay them for the one time, and then be able to use their likeness in perpetuity. And like, how 2 things, fuck you. And the second thing is like, how do you expect actors to rise up and become famous from there? Like, start as extras, and they show promise, and then they become recognized for. Like, you're fucking killing where the root of a good actor comes from. It's fucking stupid.
That was one of the main things that I saw.
I totally agree with the fucking actors on this thing.
That's why Fran Drescher is giving him a piece of her fucking mind, and Ron Perlman's threatening to ruin people's houses.
What? He's gonna go Hellboy on him.
Yeah, didn't you see?
I saw
Fran Drescher's gonna be like,
give the
Danny voice to everybody.
Oh, well, Ron Perlman talked about. So there's this one producer who said, well, what we're going to do is we should just wait this strike out and let these people start losing their houses and not being able to pay their rent in their apartments and shit, and then see what happens. And Ron Perlman made this fucking like scathing video, like, fuck you, motherfucker. We know who you are. We know where you fucking live, and karma can be a real bitch, if you know what I'm saying. Like, you're talking about other people losing their fucking houses. You could lose your house just as easily. Yeah. He basically all but threatened to, like, we're gonna come burn your fucking house down.
Fucking do it. I mean, we got a paradigm shift coming in the entire movie industry, and we got to fucking deal with it.
You know what? All these people want to be paid
greedy assholes like that.
Yeah, because all these executives are making shit tons of money. It's like, hey, the people who actually write the stories just want to make a little bit more. Like, it's okay.
Yeah, the writers are actually on the bottom of the fucking barrel as far as like the whole industry goes.
Yeah,
like, people don't realize that.
oh, like write something good and then maybe we'll pay you, kind of shit.
Like if you know, if you're one of the lucky people who gets a good job at writing, and then you become popular in Hollywood and you can write spec scripts and make tons of money off it, even if they don't get produced, and that's one thing. But that's not like 99% of the fucking writers out there. Same thing with the fucking actors. Like, there's plenty of actors who have the cachet where they can demand like $20 million a fucking movie or whatever, and that's fine. But again, that's like 1% of the fucking actors out there. Everyone else is like, scraping the fucking bottom of the barrel for scraps.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
And then people have and people try to turn around and go, oh, well, fuck Ron Perlman. He's worth like $8 million. It's like, yeah, and he fucking scraped and fucking struggled for years to get to the spot where he is. Because he's not exactly a leading fucking man. He looks like a fucking caveman, for fuck's sakes.
I love Ron
He's
Perlman.
not even young anymore.
No, he
is kind of a kid. But he's not even young anymore. He's in his 70s.
Quest for Fire.
Yeah, like they didn't have to put makeup on him. That was him.
Ron Perlman's in his 70s, isn't he?
Yeah,
he's in his 70s, isn't he?
He is in his 70s at this point.
He had to claw his way all the way there. He's rich now, but he's had a long road. Yeah, it's like Morgan Freeman. He didn't get rich while he was young.
His Hellboy is, like, in my eyes, the definitive version of Hellboy. And his character on Sons of Anarchy was actually
his character on Sons
of
Anarchy.
All right, gonna go walk the dog. If any of you fuckers are still here, I'll be back in like 15 minutes.
All right, later on.
I'll probably be gone. So
it's actually walking the dog, Nick. There's nothing but a bloody surprise waiting for me in the bedroom.
Yeah, go walk friend.
He's gonna drink some tomato juice tonight.
Do I look like the albino rhino?
Well, you do shave your head.
I think he just got scalded for like making fun of Agnes's fucking period.
But Greg doesn't give a fuck.
Yeah, that's the thing. But all right, I'll be back. I'm gonna take a pee.
All right, yeah, you do that. So hi, Radar. No, he's not there either.
Jesus Christ!
Is Justin still there?
Yes, sir.
Justin's always here. Justin's our savior.
I don't know. I feel like it's like, okay, you have to pay for the pipe that goes to the house to deliver your product.
Yeah, but the city can't be responsible for the can of worms that comes up with working on a person's property. So I get it, right? City is responsible for everything on their side of the property line. I'm responsible for everything on my side of the property line. It sucks, but
the line must be drawn. Yeah, no further.
So, yeah. Honestly, I'm more frustrated that Irving announced. It's been a little over a week ago now. They're going to be adding ethanol to premium gasoline in Atlantic Canada.
Really?
So.
Oh well, yeah. That's totally going to fuck everything up with your Tesla.
But it will.
I suppose you use. Oh, the airplane. Oh, because you've been buying your gas at the gas station and bringing it with you, haven't you?
Mm-hmm.
Which is why there's some funny pictures of somebody filling up gasoline in the canisters and putting them in a Tesla. There's a good reason why if somebody would drive a Tesla up to the gas pumps too. It's called wanting to use the little windshield washer brushes. And of course, the other thing is like how would adding ethanol affect your? You still have the Mercedes, right?
I'm pretty sure my potential new car will just require general 89.
Oh yeah, it'd be just regular and that thing. You're wasting your money if you put anything more than regular in a Camry or a Corolla. Because it literally provides no more boost than any other fuel.
I'm far too excited to have a new car, though.
Where the B class does call for 91, where it's a
Oh, it does?
turbocharged. It's not going to make a whole lot of difference.
Well, it's just like a hatchback Mercedes. It's just what year is it? 2015?
2014.
Okay, so it's a few years old at this
Oh
point.
yeah,
Does it work? Still working good?
works great.
Nice.
I just got the transmission fluid flushed out, filters changed, replaced.
Nice. Well, it's like an entry level Mercedes, so it's not fully clogged up with fucking electronic bells and whistles that are gonna break on you, is it?
No.
The cabin filter in the new in my hopefully new car is so accessible.
It's
Still
in the
think you
glove
pop it.
compartment, isn't it? Is it in the glove compartment?
Yeah,
You just pop open the glove compartment and then that's there where it is. Yeah, it's like mine.
yeah.
Like I just literally open my glove compartment, pop it off its hinges, and there's the door for the. I mean, I could have changed it long ago. I just didn't think of it. But holy fuck, my air conditioning is working so good right now.
Well, yeah, I was
My air
honestly,
filter.
I
Go
was
figure.
pretty impressed and happy with the air conditioning
So-
in this car. Yeah, it's like
So what's the dealio with this thing? Are you actually gonna go like? Is this actually an car in inventory you can buy?
yeah, I took it for test drive today.
Okay.
Like
Yeah. Well, is there like a waiting time to get the car, or is it you
No.
just
I-
say you want it and it's yours?
I gave him a $400 deposit on
Nice.
it. It's
So
in the
did they
soul, it's in
discuss
the
like how
soul.
much it's going to be a month, or
Yeah. Like I said, I can swing. I can happily swing around $250 a paycheck, and it'll be right in there.
so it'll be $500 a month then for you? That's
Yeah.
not terrible. Trading in
It
your old
wasn't-
car? No.
Yeah, like
Yeah, like your old car is
Or-
basically scrap value at this point.
like it's just sitting in it and get the adjustable. The driver seat has all the electric stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's
Yeah.
so
I'm kind of
comfy.
jealous. It's a
And
nice looking Camry. What's the spec level of it? Is it a
it's the SE.
LE SE? Okay,
So like it's
which I think is the entry level Camry, isn't he? Isn't
it I don't even know, but
Is
that's
that 22 or 23?
It's 19.
Oh, it's a 19.
Yeah. But like it has like again the radar cruise control and like, it's got for being not the highest spec it's got everything I want. It paired with my phone in 2 seconds and away we go with the fucking music and the stereo in that car is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite content.
Who's got the
To have
heavy
that.
breathing going on? Is that radar?
Hmm?
Yeah.
What?
He sounds far away.
No, I'm right here. I'm right here.
Oh, it's right here. Box
Yeah, no,
next to it.
sounds fine to me.
Yeah.
I mean, it's as good as radar can sound, of course, but you know.
I know what I'm saying.
Nah.
So okay,
No,
so like
no,
SE is like mid-range Camry for so 2019. I didn't realize it was that. How many miles are on it?
48.
1,000 kilometers
that?
or miles?
Not
Yeah.
terrible. It's a nice car. It looks like it's a brand new one.
Dude, like it's like looking over stuff. It's like off the fucking factory line, clean. It's gorgeous.
How much is it for the car? Is it
30.
30?
Well, actually, potentially $1,000 off. So
You're trading your
29.
old car?
No, that was before even talking about that. So you can just, talk to. Well, again, the owner wasn't there. The owner I have delivered to and stuff, and kind of he's one of the guys that gave me one of the references that got me my current job. It's like we're on pretty good terms, so I might get some kind of a something kind of deal. Who knows? Yeah, the test drive was very nice. I don't know, just sit in the car. It just feels very comfortable, and I was very happy with everything.
Yeah, just because you look, see what I can get for a new car. What's this? 2018 Camry for $25,999.
So your VIN that you're buying, does that end in 4657?
Mine? I have no idea. Why?
There's a
What would that
2019
maybe matter?
SE front wheel drive. Well, they're gonna ask you questions like how much can you afford for your monthly rent or your monthly payment. When really you want to focus the conversation as much toward, okay, this is the out the door price that I am comfortable paying. Everything, everything can work around that.
Yes, that's actually a thing I've seen on like other weird. It might have been you that mentioned it the first time, but I've seen that on like tips on buying a used car and shit like that. So yeah, I have already they'll try to make you focus on the fucking price, the monthly price, whatever you want yeah. And again, for me, it's depending on that $1,000 reduction or whatever, it's going to be roughly $30,000, which for a 2019 Camry with not even 50,000 K on it, the spec level, like again, it looks like it just came off the fucking assembly line. It's
This is the one at North Bay Toyota?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to run a quick VIN check for you so you know that if it's been in any kind of an accident that wasn't
No, I feel if it wasn't, I'm going to be super unimpressed. And if it was, then holy fuck, good job on the repair.
Yeah, but if they're selling you a vehicle that has accident history, then you go to them and say,
for sure,
I want $5,000 off. And
I'm not
need to be
arguing
more
anything
upcoming with your customers.
I'm not arguing anything you're saying. I got you. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, without that knowledge, even in the back of my mind, the test drive and everything today, yeah, that's. I'm down. I'm down with having that car.
Here's a nice looking car. Looking at the St. John Toyota, and they got a 18 Camry, which looks just like Redbeard's. It's an SE, and it gets odometer says 85. They want 25,900 for it.
That's an 18. Mine's a 19.
Yeah, they're the same car.
Yeah, but
Well, it's a year newer. Yeah, I get it. But
yeah,
We should really take this off live, Nick. This is the most boring shit.
Yeah, no, we're not talking about colonoscopies
Do we
anymore.
want to continue conversation in Discord?
Yeah, sure. All right, I'm gonna take this offline so we can talk about cars. We'll since nobody's whatever. Have a good night, guys.
Chris Peters killed those women.
Yep.
Penis.
oh wait,